Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lord, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing up. How y'all doing? We got a special guest. We got an up and coming podcaster. I see you out here. Been getting pretty good interviews.
We moving a little bit.
So you just pulling up on people, like where they living at.
Well, I mean, I believe that business owners and entrepreneurs, product service providers, everyone needs exposure. Mm-hmm. And I think, in my opinion, a lot of business owners aren't growing because they're not getting exposure. They keep selling to the same audience, the same people. And they're relying on referrals and word of mouth. You can't grow a business like that. Mm-hmm. So you got to get in front of new people consistently. So you can do, on a virtual podcast, in-person podcast. Whoever's watching, I'll say just whatever city you in, I'll just find out, what are the news stations you can get on, who's shooting a podcast, big or small, figure out what you need to do to get on there, and then position yourself to get on there. So, I'm traveling, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look up who got a show, see if it's relevant to the audience I want to get in front of, and then we're gonna make it happen.
Has anybody asked you to be on their show and you told them no?
Nah, bro. Nah, not yet. I'm taking it because I believe all exposure is good exposure, right? Because even if I'm on someone's platform and maybe it may not be the platform that I might, be the number one selection, there still might be somebody on that audience that might resonate with me, right? Because you got to look at it like this. A lot of people, they like to be entertained. So they may not necessarily go watch a business podcast, entrepreneurship podcast or whatever, right? But they might watch like Real Housewives or something. But that don't mean they're not interested in what you got going on. They're just not going to watch like, Entrepreneurs on Fire. You know what I'm saying? But if you can get in front of them on Real Housewives, you know what I'm saying? It might be a different audience, and then they might, who's this guest? And they're going to learn about your story and what you do, and then they're going to follow you that way. So I think it's important for people to have that part of their business where it's like, okay, who can we get in front of today, this week, this month, this quarter, this year?
Sorry.
Hold on,
Go ahead.
Does everyone need a podcast? Like everybody need a podcast.
I think it's important that everyone should have a media division in their business. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by media division?
So it's 2023, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Content, everything.
Exactly.
Content, everything. So you may not have a full-fledged podcast, but you need to do something media related.
Got it.
I think everyone should be a professional guest, though. Like, you should know your business, you should know your product, you should know your service, and you should talk about it. There's nothing wrong about talking about what you do, how you help people, how you provide value, and how you got a solution. That's everyone out here looking for solutions. You know what I'm saying? So if you're good at what you do, you got to let people know. It's like it's like ungodly for you to not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to let people know, how can I help you? Somebody is suffering from whatever they're suffering from, and you have that cure, or you can legitimately give them some type of comfort, peace, or remove the issue, but you aren't. It's your job to get in front of them and let them know that, right? Because what if they go to somebody else and they just bad at what they do, and now they worse off, and you sitting there like, damn, I should have said something, or like I should have, like that's your fault, and now you're like, damn, my business ain't growing.
Yeah, and a lot of people,
you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, and a lot of people are scared to promote their business.
Yeah,
a lot of people are.
But I think that's more conditioning than anything, like, because you're scared to promote your business, but you're not afraid to buy something.
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna go to the store and buy something.
Right.
So
So we just kind of started out. We didn't get like who you are and all that stuff. So
sure.
I know you kicking that knowledge, but just tell us about yourself and
How deep you want to go? You just want to go you want to go story?
Let's start off with your name.
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Brendan Boyd. I'm a digital media entrepreneur. So
where you from?
Originally I'm from Boston. I live in LA.
Really?
Though. Yeah. That's why you always got you got context clues.
No, this is funny because I was in the military, and I remember so that's the first time you actually go somewhere where you were around people from other places, and there was this guy from Boston, and he was talking with this crazy accent, and I was like, and I remember saying, I was 20 years old, and I was like, what country are you from?
That's funny.
And he just started laughing at me. He was like, what you doing about? I'm from Boston.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so that's my experience being around somebody from Boston, because they got these usually, but you don't have that real.
Well, there's like 2 places in Boston where, like, if you from there or spend a lot of time there, you would get the accent like that.
Oh, okay.
But the majority of people sound like me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if you're from South Boston,
or
if you're from the North Shore,
you're
gonna have hard like R's and
claw
and all of that. You know,
you're
gonna stretch it out for sure.
Yeah.
So like everyone from Boston don't sound like the movies, but
gotcha. So you came from Boston and you just...
So I moved from Boston to LA because I felt like I had a creative cap and I felt like I had a financial ceiling. And it's because the only people that I knew out there that were doing like, let's say 6 figures or more were people in corporate. I didn't know anyone that was an entrepreneur or creative that was really getting to it. And that energy wasn't there like that. So I was in real estate. Well, when I was in Boston, I started a clothing company that did really well. Like 10 years, we grossed 7 figures, but it was like raw, bro. Like we didn't understand business credit. We didn't have no business mentors. There was no structure. We just had a good product, and it just resonated to the marketplace. So like a lot of celebrities, athletes, they wore our product. We got on ESPN, video games. We did a collaboration with Mountain Dew. There was a renowned fashion boutique in Paris called Colette. I was able to do a collab with them, which was amazing because I flew out there and I saw the product on the shelves. So that was really dope. Do you remember like jogger sweats? So you kind of got on some jogger sweats like with the ribbon at the bottom. So we created that architect, but we never got the mechanical pattern. So like, there's a lot of knowledge that we just did not know as business owners, my business partner and I. So that was like our first business that.
Now, how old were you when you started all this?
I started Jay-Z age 26. That's when he got that first album.
And
so I was 26 when we did that.
Wow.
Yeah. So 26, got in retail shelves at 27. So that year, 06 to 07, we're just selling T-shirts out the trunk of our cars, like different hoods in Boston. Wow. Yeah. And then from there, me and my business partner, we got into how would you say it?
Snafu.
Snafu. So we couldn't really get over that. So I ended up transitioning into real estate. So I was an agent for like 8 years. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Like I've been through the same thing as far as like you team up with somebody who got the same vision, and then somebody wants a little bit more than the other, and you just can't work out your differences.
Yeah.
So everything has to be clear and cut. I think when you're that young too, it's just sometimes you can just grow apart too.
Well, that's why I think it's important. Like now, in the age we're living, like mentorship, coaching, business plans, like all that information there, I think it's readily more discussed and talked about. It's like, yeah, you start a business, get a coach. It's like people having those type of conversations. Where it's like 06, he's like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. Like we're gonna figure it out. You know, it was more so on that type of vibe. So I feel like now young people can start businesses earlier and be more successful because they can get the support. You know, they got their friends starting businesses at a young age. You know what I mean? So I think now is a really good time for even if you're an older business owner, it's a good environment to start something if you want to do something.
So if you can go back in time, you would have gotten a coach.
Hell yeah. Definitely.
I mean, were there real coaches back then, though? Because, I mean, even real estate, we saw these Carlton Sheets, Robert Kiyosaki. Those people aren't around anymore because they were just selling like half a product. I think people understand, like, are you a coach right now? Yeah. So that's real mentorship is big. And people kind of understand that more. Like, it can get you ahead of the game. Back then, it's just like, well, I remember trying to look stuff up back in the 90s, and you had to go to the library. You had to go to the library. There you go. You had to go to the library, and then what you read in the book was just like
ChatGPT was the library, bro.
Yeah. So
I'm talking your age right now.
I don't care, man. I was talking to somebody the other day about like basketball, and I was like if you want to be great at something, you got access to the internet. You can be great at it. You just gotta. The information is there. You just gotta have the discipline to go with it. When I was in school, I had literally to learn how to play basketball, I had to like go go look for basketball books on the shelf. And they weren't telling you nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I already know how to do a layup.
There was no elite basketball trainers back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There wasn't no basketball.
That wasn't the thing. That's a whole industry.
Yeah. So,
if you could go back in time, like who would you be your ideal mentor that would have helped you get to?
Like, so I'm back in time, but I can take somebody from now.
Yeah.
It's a good question. If I can go back in time and I can take somebody from right now, I would take Myron Golden. I think is a really good one.
That's a good one.
Russell Brunson, because for what I do also, I would say Russell Brunson because he's teaching a lot about digital marketing funnels and stuff like that. And I actually like Tony Robbins too because he's gonna unlock that mindset. He's gonna get you unstuck, like ferociously unstuck. You know what I'm saying? So I think those three.
Okay.
Oh, did you go to school?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you go to what did you go to school for?
I graduated college with an English degree. And,
really?
Yeah. And the only reason why I did that is because my grandmother said, she had passed when I was younger, but she was like, go to college, right? So when she passed, I felt that obligation.
Okay.
And she was like, well, go to school for something that, you're good at it, that you're interested in, and wouldn't feel like work. So at that time, I tried business. I wasn't feeling those classes.
Yeah.
I tried communications. I wasn't feeling those classes. And the ironic thing, I do both now, right?
I bet you'd probably have a great appreciation. Probably for now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would or would not, or you probably didn't learn anything from those classes. I don't know if they.
I didn't even stick around in those classes.
Yeah,
I ended up getting a degree in English.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like writing. I think at that time of my life, it was more therapeutic for me to heal because I grew up with a lot of death around. Like my mom passed, my dad passed.
Wow.
One of my best friends passed, my grandmother passed, aunt passed. Like a lot of family members passed when I was younger. So like I think me being in college and taking those English courses was more so healing.
Yeah.
Because I could write. Like it was like creative writing, structure. I took like poetry classes and stuff. So I should just be a heavy expressor of myself through work.
Yeah.
But, it helped me communicate, too. I was, so I grew up in the inner city, but I was part of this METCO program that basically took inner city kids to, like public schools in suburban areas that just had everything. Like, they had, lacrosse, fencing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They had all the money and tons of land, and you could do whatever you want because they had the classes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they had the support. So I had, like, both. I could go to suburban areas and, code switch or whatever, like, be in that environment and then come back home and be in that environment.
So how'd you translate? You graduated from school and then you were like, I'm going to do some of this English, or you had a friend like, hey, I got something hot, or how did you make the big jump, make the big
when
leap?
When I was about to graduate, my first actual like business came from a dream, right? And we was talking about basketball earlier.
Yeah.
In Boston, there wasn't any basketball leagues at the time after 18. So Boston had what they call BNBL, so Boston Neighborhood Basketball League. And it was for kids 12 and under, 15 under, 17 under, 19 under. But after that, it was no really like leagues that people were playing. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed that, that's a blue ocean. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to make my version of Rucker Park in Boston. So I created this league called, it was after my family, so Boyd Fan Basketball League. We ran it for 6 years. It was dope, man. Everybody's at the park watching the games. We got DJ, sponsors. Every team had a sponsor. Sponsors on the fences. The license going crazy. Twitter was popping back then. So, like we had the like in-game score and the updates. I had a website so you can go check out who was the leading scorer, your standards and all that stuff. So I did that for like 6 years. Now, as I'm doing that in college, because I was doing the first one, I think my senior year, Reebok, which was up the street, they had a position opening for, I think it was director of marketing.
You said Reebok?
Reebok.
Okay.
Yeah. They had a director of marketing position. It's just open. I'm like, I'm in this space. I got a league. I'm taking action. I'm about to apply to this joint. So I applied and I didn't get it. I mean, rightfully so. Like it's a director position. I'm graduating from college, but it just didn't. I just didn't feel right to me. I'm like, yo, like I'm in the space. I don't even understand. Like I didn't get it. So in that moment, I was like, I can't work for nobody. I was just like, I can't. I was working at Sprint while I was in college, but that was it. Like, so I just happened to meet my business partner at the time, and we started the clothing company. And then I started transitioning away from doing the basketball leagues, and then just went like all the way and doing the clothes. But yeah, but aside from that, I ain't never had a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Sprint, I think I worked at the mall at like a food spot, but that was it. Like, you know, I never worked for anyone after I was like 21.
Wow.
Yeah. I just was always using my mind to create.
Uh-huh.
But the irony in that is I didn't really look at myself as a creative until 2018. So I was just like, I knew I was good at marketing, communicating, and then just like ideation.
Uh-huh.
But I never looked at it as creativity. And then when I had my business partner that was actually creating the graphics and the branding in our clothing company, I really put myself in a box. I'm like, yeah, you're just doing business development, marketing, branding, seeding, you know what I'm saying, and then selling. But that's all creativity.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like him and I got into like a little dispute, and it wasn't nothing major, but he had said something. I don't remember what he said, but then it like, I was like, this dude think he the only creative person.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then,
triggered you.
And then it just switched. I was like, nah, everything I'm doing is creating because I'm using my mind. It may not be me creating the graphics, logos that's going to be on the shirts or the clothing that we're selling, but it's still a form of creativity. Mm-hmm. And that's when shit just started opening up different.
Wow.
Yeah. But I had to get the hell out of Boston, bro. This is like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like, in other podcasts, I shared this story where I went apple picking 2 hours out the city. I brought my goddaughter and her mom. We're just in I don't know if you guys ever been to an apple orchard, but there's like hundreds of aisles. There's like hundreds. So we went through a random ass aisle picking apples, load them up in bags. And somebody was like, yo, Brendan. Instantly, I was like, yo, I got to get out of here. Because there's no way. How am I 2 hours out the city? Hundreds of aisles. I'm in a random aisle. And some person still knows me. I'm like, nah, I got to get out of here, bro. So immediately after that, like a couple months later, I moved to LA.
Did you sell your company? Or you just gave it to them, or what happened? What happened with that?
Remember earlier I was talking about like we didn't have the structure and everything. So we grossed $1 million, but we didn't keep the $1 million. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to regrow the company.
Yeah, and then him and I, it just got to the point where it's like, I don't want to say that a lot of success was due to me. I think a lot of success was due to our chemistry. Yeah. So when I departed it was never the same. Now, he could have got someone else to fill in my roles and stuff like that, but that didn't happen. So for a while, it was just kind of like, it was idle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of, got into real estate. He was still doing it, but it wasn't the same. I would say maybe 3 years after that, I was like, yo, bro, I think that we still got this email list. Like, we still got this text message list. Like, I was wearing the clothes here and there. I felt kind of bitter about it, but I was still wearing stuff here and there. And people recognized me because I was like more like the face person. So I was like, yo, I think we could drop a capsule, do some pre-sales. I think we could easily make a 50, 60, right? Because we were talking about just liquidating the whole thing. And he was like, all right, let me think about it. So next day, him and I met. He was like, yo, that's a fire idea. We should definitely do it, but I want to do it without you.
Damn, he said it just like that?
Just like that.
That's how people are.
Yeah, just like that. So I'm like, you know what? Let me think about it. Yeah. So 24 hours later, and actually, one of my friends that lives out here. Have y'all ever been to Too Sweet?
Yeah, Tout Sweet.
Too Sweet. It's called Too Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so my friend, she's one of the owners. So she knew me during that time. So I actually called her. I was like, yo, what you think about this? Because she's a business owner. She got a business partner. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, they was going through their stuff or whatever. So I'm like, yo, what you think about this? And I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, he can have the joint. Because I just felt more confident in me. So the next day I was like, so the next day.
Sometimes you got to get your piece, you know what I'm saying?
So the next day I was like, bro, you know what? You can have 100%. I was like, signed everything, gave it to him.
You signed everything?
Yeah.
People do that all. Like, you got to find your piece, man.
So that was 2019, right before I moved here. It's 2023, about to be 2024. He ain't doing nothing with that. I know what I'm doing. So I could have took it and ran up some bags.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, he hasn't done that. He probably did some hand-to-hand sales or whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
Probably got a couple sales off.
You know what he's doing right now? Just
nah.
Or do you just try not to?
What's his Instagram?
I don't even know, bro.
He moved on. He's like, I never lose.
I'm a different person for sure. I'm a different person during that time, but I mean, I could probably do a new brand if I wanted to. But that time in clothing, you know, like we did so much, I just never felt like I wanted to do fashion again. Like merch is different, but I never felt like y'all want to start a brand from scratch.
Yeah. I mean, so how do you feel about partnerships now? You just like, I feel like
like never again.
No, well, I feel like things need to be legal. Like you write down what you need. Like back in the day, everybody did things on a handshake. Mm-hmm. Your word was your thing, but now everything's about legal agreements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the hard part is figuring out what you want. And
I mean, I would do partnerships again. Yeah. I mean, I think it's important.
You grew from that, so
I mean, you gotta have healthy relationships, regardless.
You're right,
and I think like you mentioned, if this is what I'm gonna do, this is what you're gonna do. We're gonna put a paper down. This is our partnership agreement. You know, if things change, we can make adjustments. It's like marriage too.
Yep.
You gotta know what you're getting into. A lot of people just moving in on emotion, and that's not business. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't run business on emotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So you left. So I mean, we hadn't even got out of Boston. You went to LA.
So that's my hometown. How do you like LA?
LA?
Yeah,
it's different.
I say
that's my hometown. Don't say nothing bad about it.
All right. So I feel like when I was in fashion, we were going to LA a lot because the magic shows in Vegas. So after we do the magic show, we just go to LA, and I have some friends in the entertainment industry that were living there. Mm-hmm. So, we just be out there for like a week or two just vibing. And then I'm like, I feel like I could live out here. It's nice, But the pandemic kind of like expedited why like the bad stuff.
Yeah.
So I think if you live in LA and you enjoy being in California, I think it's good. The weather's good. There's a lot of different vibes. There's a lot of good food. There's a lot of different beaches. You can get into anything in California. Hiking is ill. You know what I'm saying? I went to Joshua Tree on my birthday, stayed in the tent under the stars, rode a horse, chilled out with some goats. It was vibes. You know what I'm saying? And a black dude owned a ranch. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. Shout out to Mustang Sanctuary. But if you go in there for lifestyle, it ain't worth it. If you live in LA, I agree. Orange County for sure, Santa Barbara probably. Other parts, but it's like LA, it's dirty. They don't clean the streets. So Houston, I noticed y'all got trash cans. We ain't got trash cans in Los Angeles, bro. And if you see a trash can, it's overflowing with trash.
Wow.
Homeless people is everywhere. Tents is everywhere. You could live anywhere you want. So you could live in an apartment that's like $4,500, and I could live in front of your apartment with my tent for free. Yeah. And I can have I can have a whole full apartment outside. Yeah. Like dudes be having electricity, TVs,
in their tents.
Wow. Yeah, bro, it's wild.
They be getting creative.
They have like a kitchen because they got the little grill set up or whatever. It'd be a whole studio or one bedroom apartment. Sometimes it's like multiple tents connected. You see 1990 RVs, people living in there. If you see,
I could do an RV, but I don't know about
I hear people living in their cars.
But if you seen 1980s, 1990 RVs, bro, it ain't nice. It's not a nice RV. It probably don't even work.
It's
like it's there. You know what I'm saying? So that's overflowing. That's overflowing in Los Angeles, and they got the money because you're paying premium taxes. They just saying
state taxes.
And if I live downtown, bro. First of all, if I live downtown, there's no way my girl's walking downtown. There's absolutely no way. Downtown's treacherous. You gotta be on a swivel, like, you know what I'm saying? And commercial real estate, they're not updating the facades. Businesses ain't coming there. Businesses is leaving there.
So you see, it's dying.
Yeah, it's definitely dying.
Permits is hard in real estate to get.
In California?
In LA?
Oh, yeah.
I know that because of me, Kevin. Like he.
No, I mean, California, period, right? Yeah.
And then the state taxes like killing.
That's why I had to get up out of there.
Yeah.
I had to get up out of there.
It's different.
You gonna leave?
I'm leaving, bro.
Where you finna go?
I'm leaving. I'm gonna be between Miami and Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Oh, okay.
Atlanta.
Man,
You don't think Atlanta's dirty too?
Huh?
You don't think Atlanta's dirty too?
Well, I have to be in Atlanta for the energy, and a lot of my peers are in Atlanta. So when I'm in Atlanta, I get so much done.
It's a lot of black entrepreneurs.
When I'm in Miami, I get stuff done too, but I could be there.
Right.
Like I could walk. Like every time I go to Miami and I walk around, I'm like, oh yeah, this shit feel good. Like you know, I stayed the last 3 times. I stayed in like between Midtown and Design District. I had a routine. Got the gym membership. I had the spot, so I was going for the restaurants. Had my acai spot. Had my juice spot. I had a barber. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like, oh, okay, I know where Target's at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know. It felt like I could be here, and it's clean. You know, you're not far from the ocean, and a lot of entrepreneurship. A lot of entrepreneurs are there, and then tech is there too, which is another thing. I feel like a lot of young black, entrepreneurs, whether you are or you're aspiring to be, I feel like your credit gotta be popping. Or you got to have a knowledge of financial literacy. I think everyone needs to have a government contract or have a government contract division in your business, because that's like government give you bread.
Yeah.
Right? You got to have a mentor for sure. These are things like I really believe that you need to have, and then be in tech. Now with tech, you could partner with somebody, or you could just get a job in tech. Like you could just be HR in tech, or you could be sales in tech. But there's a lot of opportunities, whether it's, app, software, and there's not a lot of, melanated people in that industry, but there's a lot of opportunity there. And you can make a lot of money in tech. So I feel like those are the areas that we can really thrive in. If you're, a new entrepreneur, or if you're older, you can make some motion.
Yeah. How you feel about this whole AI stuff? Do you feel like it's going to help you, or are you going to hinder you, or are you just going to take advantage? Everything's good or bad? It's what you make of it?
So I actually got an AI project, and I'm gonna give my project to everybody listening and watching, because y'all can do it. So I was watching this podcast. I forget which podcast it was, but it was like a week ago. And this girl was like, she created an AI girlfriend bot. And the AI girlfriend bot charged $1 a minute and made $70,000 in a week.
Wow.
Because you remember like the movie Girl 6 back in the day? Or like Spike Lee had the movie Girl 6? You ever seen that, John?
No.
Or you ever seen the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
Same type of vibe.
I saw that.
So I'm like, one of my projects is I'm gonna make an AI girlfriend and an AI boyfriend and just have them bring in bread.
Like a real robot?
No, you program it with your likeness. So I could take your voice, your idiosyncrasies, the way that you interact with, let's say me, how you interact with guys, just like your whole cadence.
My personality.
We can program the whole thing into an AI, and we can put it out there. And
like on my phone, like the girlfriend would be on my phone.
Well, I mean, it would be
start out.
Yeah, it would be so it would be settled with. So like, I could call a number and interact with your bot, but your bot is charging me to be on the line. But I can tell your bot, you know what I'm saying, how my day's going. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you're in a relationship, but you can't really do that with your partner for whatever reason. Like you can't be yourself. You can't talk about your stuff. People do that all the time. They talk to their friends, or they may have just like the stripper that they talk to about what they do or whatever, right? But we can program it and then it's gonna learn, right? So then I'll call and be like, yeah, so Brendan, you had a thing. How was the basketball game today? How'd you do? So it's like, if people want that, it'll remember and it will learn.
That's kind of crazy.
You got to think about the people that are kind of socially awkward.
Yeah, this is perfect for them.
Yeah. I mean, we live in a society where a lot of people can't talk. Yeah, and my mom was telling me she'd go to the gym. She's like, these young people, they can't even look you in the eye, when they're talking to you and stuff like that,
We talked about providing solutions. That's the solution.
Wow. There's a market for everything.
Everything.
Can a bot argue with you or no?
Yeah, all of
that. God.
Like real arguing?
Like we could, like, I don't know your personality or nothing. Right. But let's say she has a little fire or whatever. We learn you for like, a week or two, and how you would interact on calls or with guys or with, you know what I'm saying?
So for the
it can do all of that.
So you would have to monitor me to see my
I saw this on Black Mirror literally last night.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I saw it on Black Mirror literally. Yeah, I saw. It was like the first. I think I'm on the second season now because everybody was talking about. So what's Black Mirror?
Black Mirror's fire.
Yeah, so it was like the second episode. I don't know which episode it was.
So I would do. So I'm 100% doing that.
Yeah,
I'm 100% doing that.
Wild.
But to ask you a question, I think AI is a tool that we can all use. It's like the internet. When the internet came out, people were afraid of it. Now everything's relied on the internet. So now I feel like with AI, it's kind of like we're back at the age of, okay, we went through the internet. Mm-hmm. This is like that again. Uh-huh. But now we have the cognizance to be like, okay, how can I use it with what I do to make my life easier or to generate revenue or to delegate tasks or to have a new team member or something? Because whatever you do is there to make it easier for you.
But I think, obviously, it's going to put a lot of people out of business. That's what they're talking about. It's going to put a lot of people that don't, like, you're on top of it.
Yeah.
But imagine the people like myself that I have never used an AI bot before that will fall under the,
well, you got to learn something new.
No, I know. Yeah. For me, I agree, but there's people that are just not going to understand.
Not
like,
true.
I think it's going to be a future.
Yeah.
I think accounting is going to be replaced. Especially with this blockchain stuff and cryptocurrency, everything's going to happen automatically. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely see like even Drake. You seen that album by AI? The Drake album by AI, where some people were saying, "Oh, it's even better than Drake." You're gonna have entire albums. So music is gonna be created by AI. That's gonna get away. Definitely still jobs for musicians.
But that's why, like with musicians too. That's how like NFTs could come into place too, right? Because you can be like, yeah, these albums is out, but if you want my album, you gotta join my community, join my NFT. You get the authenticity. Yeah. It's only, he sells a lot of records, so maybe there's a million copies or something, or 10 million copies, and those 10 million copies are represented on a blockchain. And you can resell those in the future. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a great idea. Because I have so many ideas with that. Because I feel like if you say and somewhere down the line in the future, the people that bought the first million copies, I'm gonna do a special this for them.
100%.
And then somebody can buy that NFT like, I want that first. Yeah. Thing, and they can trade it on the blockchain, and the value can go up.
NFTs are still popping just because like crypto is under a little bit of scrutiny the past 2 years.
Yeah.
They just want you to not pay attention to it.
Exactly.
But NFTs is a real thing. Like you look at it like this, because I know some people might be like, oh no, the essence of an NFT is a community. So if the community provides value and there's limited slots in that community and is you get the opportunity to interact with those people, network, build those relationships. And the bonus is that it's attached to crypto. So if that goes up and down, you could cash out or it's worth more.
You can sell your value.
Sell your value. Yeah. But regardless of the crypto part, the community and the value that's within that group, and then what you get, representative is what the real intangible value is. You know what I'm saying? That's where the real intrinsic value is. The crypto, the value of your actual, on a blockchain, if it's going up and down, that's the bonus to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I would 100% like build that up. That's why I'm like pro podcast having a community. I talk about that all the time. Mm-hmm. It's one of the fastest way podcasters can monetize.
How many mentees you got?
Right now I got 15.
15?
Yeah.
Not bad.
You got 15. What?
Mentees,
like people under them.
Yeah. Oh, mentees. I thought you said NFTs. I was like, damn, you doing everything, bro.
What do you help your mentees exactly do?
So, mainly it's through podcasting. So I help them monetize without brand deal sponsorships or having a large audience. So, because my audience isn't large, but I'm making a lot of money with my podcast. You know what I'm saying?
How much you making?
Huh?
How much you making?
I made 60 last month.
60,000?
Yeah. How?
Yeah, using different, strategies. We can go over them.
Yeah, please, because we need some help.
We do need help.
All right, so the number one thing is this, right? Number one thing is community.
Okay.
So how many average viewers or listeners y'all get on here?
Probably
depends on who you have on here.
Yeah, two to three.
Average, I saw your little Michael. Was it Michael White? What's Charleston White? I can't. Michael White. That's my best friend from middle school. My bad.
He did 113,000.
All right, so let's just say, all right, I'm gonna give you some context. So let's say you get like 1,000 views consistently, right? So, and I'm gonna give you an example too, right? So of those 1,000 views, there is a percentage of people that want more access, right? Now I could go on Spotify or YouTube, Google Podcasts, and listen and watch for free. There's no gate. I can do that whenever I want. That's like me taking a flight and sitting in economy. Everyone can do that. But there's a small percentage of people that want their first class flight that are willing to pay more for access. They want to get on the plane first, get off the plane first. They don't want the middle row. They don't want no babies crying. They want to get to the restroom quick. They want to spend, talk to the flight attendant, get a pillow, get a blanket, headphones, chill, right? Relax. They want to get to the destination with some comfort. Now, there's a percentage of your audience that want access to y'all, but they can't get it because you're not offering it. Or at least I don't know if you're offering it, right?
You talking about like Patreon, right?
Well, you could use that. I don't like Patreon per se because it's like Walmart. If you go to Walmart, what you think?
Cheap.
There you go. So if you go on Patreon, you thinking cheap. So I would use that model, but I wouldn't use a platform.
So what would you use?
So there's a bunch. You could use Circle. You could use a Facebook group too if you want. You could use GroupMe. You could use a Discord. It doesn't matter.
What do you use?
I use Circle. Circle's $99 a month.
Circle.
Yeah. So Circle's basically like a nicer Facebook group with a lot more options.
So like $100 a month?
$100 a month.
Okay.
Right? Now look.
And they have to subscribe to be in your circle.
Yeah, but it's your community. Circle's just a platform.
How much you charge per person?
I charge $99 a month on mine.
You charge $99 a month?
Yeah.
And what do they get for that $99 a month?
He's giving them game,
yeah,
part of his knowledge, right?
Okay, so check this out.
Okay.
$99 a month. How mine is set up is this. So there's 8 calls a month, right? Every week there's a guest. That guest is gonna come and give some fire. So like last week we had a guest come in, Dontel Antonio, king of content, who's bringing down content. I feel like it's social media month because I'm bringing a lot of those people in. The week before that, we had Candy Robinson. She's in Dallas, actually, and she teaches content creators how to create viral content. And then next week, we have Tyrell Brown, who is in the credit space. However, his stuff always go viral. So he's going to be teaching how he creates his content. So every Wednesday, I got a guest. And then that's recorded. So if they missed it, they can watch it back. Then they give them real value. Every Saturday, which is why I asked you the time, I'm in there and I just do questions, Q&A.
Q&A.
Ask me anything. So whether it's digital marketing, podcasting, regular marketing, positioning, building out your coaching business, whatever you got. Like, I'm knowledgeable. I'm going to give it to you. Like, whatever you got. And then I have a community manager that manages everything. Right?
How much you pay the manager?
I pay him $15 an hour. He works like 3 hours a week.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Was he in India? Making $45 a week?
He's actually from. I got him from Upwork. He actually is in Africa.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's like $1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in that, it's like I got digital products in there. I got the replays. I got master classes. I got ebooks in there. I stream my podcast. Like if you and I had a conversation and wasn't on the podcast, that would be in there. If you do like anything you don't record, but you can have for your audience, that's in there. I do meetups quarterly. If you're in the community, pull up. You know what I'm saying? So any value that you feel like you can give to your people, like you can learn something on real estate and share with them first.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm about to do this, but before I want to let y'all know because y'all in the community.
Yeah.
You know, you can have chapters. So like maybe you got some people in Florida, you got some people in Atlanta, got some people in Portland, got some people in Houston or whatever. Hey, listen, y'all, I'm going to Dallas. If you're in part of the community, pull up. You promote that on the podcast now, right? You make a commercial or you do a live read, and now your episodes are promoting that. I woke up this morning, 2 people joined. I didn't talk to them. They just click the link, and I give 7 days. I give 7 days free, too, so they can pull up. They'll get 2 classes depending on the day that they decide to join.
Do you have affiliated links?
Definitely.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, I got you. So look at it like this: if like with 10 people, depending, I like to use an example. So 10 people could potentially pay for a lease and insurance, or at least subsidize it, or take your insurance down, or help you pay off a bill. So you're going to tell me there's not 10 people right here that don't like this podcast that wouldn't be willing to get into the community if you offer more value.
Of course. We could get 10 little people.
Yeah,
of course, right? So now that puts you in the, check this out. It puts you in the 10th percentile of podcasters that monetize with just that move. Because 90% of podcasters have no idea how to make money. And that's just one thing.
How much would you charge me to like hook us up, like set it all up and everything?
How much I'll charge you?
Yeah.
To what? To join my joint?
No.
To get us right.
Yeah, you do circle and
oh yeah, we'll figure it out.
You're doing this on camera, you negotiate. Put pressure on them. How much, man?
Better that way because everybody see. You know what I'm saying?
So check this out. So you got that right?
Yeah.
That's the community.
Okay.
So look at it like this: if you added 2 to 3 people a week, which sounds reasonable,
300.
That's 300 a week that you're adding. Right? 3, 6, 9, 12, right? 1,200 a month.
That's nice,
right? That's great.
The only problem is you got to keep that content.
Well, y'all got content.
Yeah, we got content.
You got content.
But I mean, when I mean that, and I'm saying value. So
do y'all know who David Shands is?
Yeah.
Social Proof?
He's been on the podcast.
You know we got the morning meetup.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people in there?
A lot of people.
400 plus.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much you charge?
$80.
You know how much that is?
A lot of money.
36,000 plus a month.
Yeah.
You know how much that is a year? About 400,000. That's one move, bro.
Yeah.
That's not sponsorships. That's not brand deals, and that's not having a lot. Well, he has a large audience now, but I mean, any podcaster can do this. It's not contingent upon how many views and watches you have. It's contingent upon the value that you're going to offer to people that won't really want the value.
Are you in the morning meetup?
No, I'm not. But I spoke in there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's just one way. There's a lot of ways y'all get to the bag though, for sure.
That's just one. So you got how many other ways you can think off the top of your head?
I mean, I could give you probably like 4 more. Oh, 4 more that really make sense. You know what I'm saying?
I need those clips to put on my Instagram.
You got it. Bro. You got it. Another really good one is affiliate marketing. So with affiliate marketing, you don't gotta sell nothing. You don't gotta deliver nothing. You don't gotta fulfill nothing, and you're gonna get anywhere from 20 to 50% of it. And I can give you this one too. So I got this product. It's called Podcast Guessing Mastery, right? And it helps people.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
Yeah. So if you want to get on podcasts yourself, you don't want an agency, you want to do it yourself, right? I'm going to give you the text scripts, the DM scripts, the email scripts. I got a mini course for you. I got the templates. I'll even put you on 2 virtual podcasts for $1,000. And I'm not doing none of that work because it's all automated. Mm-hmm. So if podcasters want to be an affiliate, I'm giving you 50% of that bread. So you sell one a month, it's $500.
Ooh, that's nice.
And I'm giving you the commercials to put inside of your podcast. So you don't even got to record. You can if you want. I'm making it easy. But affiliate marketing, you can go to like JVZoo, ClickBank. Everyone here shop at Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Y'all got Amazon associate accounts?
I don't, but I think they do.
Yeah. I have an influencer storefront. Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, the storefront's different.
Oh, okay.
But so everyone should get associate accounts, and then you should never buy from Amazon. Just going to Amazon. You should buy from his account from now on, or buy from your own account, because then he'll always get a percentage back of what you purchase, or vice versa.
So like, she just showed me a $800 camera.
Yeah.
She should have sent me the link.
Yeah, if you were gonna get it, it's for you.
Yeah, so she should have sent me a link.
Buy it on Amazon too.
Yeah, so you could buy from your own link
and get a percentage.
back.
Oh yeah, wow.
So no one out here should go to Amazon just free ball. You just go from a friend or go from your own.
Never even thought about that.
Right. And another great thing is if you go to Amazon through that camera, but don't buy it. You decide I want a book. She's still gonna get something
for the click.
Yeah, because the click.
Yeah,
because you entered Amazon through her.
Okay.
So everyone 100% need an Amazon account. Yeah. So affiliate marketing crazy because not only can you get anywhere from, $20, $50, $100, a month or per transaction, you can connect with a software or a payroll system that gives you recurring revenue. So I have a software that I'm affiliate for, the lead attraction system. It's a CRM, right? Mm-hmm. They got a recurring payout. So I'm getting $1,500 on that a month just from the people that I refer to that platform. As long as they pay to keep that software, then I get revenue. which is why having an affiliate on a software or any type of recurring based model is good because you do that one time, you get bread. You know, I think it's ADP. ADP. They pay out $1,000. If you get somebody payroll, they pay you out $1,000
per person. Just for signing up. Damn, like.
And they do it in 10K increments. So like, you know, they'll pay you all 10K at one time.
Oh, so I wouldn't get paid out till
it'll accrue. That's how they do it. So you refer 10 people, then they send you a 10K back. Damn. Another 10 people, another 10K back. Affiliate marketing.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
You ain't got to sell nothing. You just, the ADT rep, she happy because you sent her another young business, startup business that needs payroll.
So we would just hit up an ADP rep and say, hey, can we get an affiliate link?
Yeah, I can give you one.
Okay, please.
Yeah. But yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sure, you could use mine.
Yeah, and then digital products.
Yeah.
You got digital products?
You got one.
Yeah,
you got one.
I got a couple.
Does the podcast have one?
Nah.
All right, let me break this down. How many episodes you got?
A gang.
112.
I'm gonna give you two joints you could do really quick. So can you identify one episode that was like really fire? Like what was like a fire episode?
This one.
All right, cool. I bet. So let's say somewhere between 44 minutes so far. So let's say somewhere between minute 34 and minute 39, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So we were talking about AI.
Yeah.
You can take that source file, the actual file from the podcast. You can go to websites like Audio Type, upload the source file. It's going to create a transcript. Now find that area where we were going crazy. Take that area out. Go to Fiverr.com. Have a format that into an ebook. Right? Have a copywriter read it, make sure it's good. Obviously, you're going to check it out, make sure it's good.
Oh, that's what my buddy did, BR, right? That's what he did with the ebook. He got what he was talking.
Hire someone else. Hire someone else on Fiverr to do the cover.
Yeah.
Now, while the book is being made, it might take a week. You can pre-sell the cover on a website like Gumroad or, Shopify. You can get money right now. Welcome back to another episode of the Realist Podcast. We got Brendan in town. Listen, man, we can be talking about a bunch of things. But before we do that, head over to therealistbook.com and grab our brand new ebook.
Damn, we don't do that at all.
Yeah.
We don't promote.
So you could, as podcasters, those cameras, y'all own them. You own the content. It doesn't matter if I'm here. I'm leaving this. It's your IP.
Right.
So you can now repurpose that content. Repurpose that podcast episode into a digital product and now sell that. How many episodes y'all got in total?
Like 113.
All right, so maybe check this out. Maybe on episode 150, you do an anniversary release. You take a quote or a saying from every single guest that you had on the show and make that a book and then sell that. And if you want to go even crazier, make every guest, a co-author and do a revenue split. Now you got 150 different authors on this one asset, and y'all all splitting money together. And it all came from the podcast.
Oh, that'll be live. That's what Sharon's does with his YouTube. He combine like different people that do the same thing for like an hour.
Yeah.
But that's with the ebook, right?
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you can monetize that joint. And then make a real book. Like, okay, what could we turn the ebook into? You can turn it into a real book. You can turn it into an audio book, a video book, a workbook, coloring book. You know what I'm saying? Master we can turn it into. And that's just for starters. You can turn that into a live event and then sell that product on the back end.
Okay.
You can take every single episode and summarize it into somewhere maybe like a 5 or 10 minute summary and then package that up as like, another product. It could have been maybe all the podcasts you did for 2023 or 2022 or something.
Okay.
That's why everybody needs a media business in there. And to me, you know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
How many is that? 3? How many more we got?
Yeah.
4 or 3.
That was 3.
That was 3.
Yeah. I'll give you 2 more. So one more would be, before we talk about this bonus one, high ticket. So I call it the pod close, right? So boom, I've been here for like 50 minutes. Let's say, before I leave, you're in real estate. You're like, yo, Brendan, man, today was great, man. I got just want to let you know, I got an opportunity. I'm looking for a couple of investors. I got this property over here, boom, boom, boom. We want to learn a little bit more about it. And I'm a stranger, let's just say, like you and I talk, but let's say I'm a stranger. I'm going to be more apt to want to learn about that because I done spend an hour with you. You know what I'm saying? So you can close high ticket premium offer deals from having these type of conversations through the podcast. So coaches, consultants, people that have 4-figure, 5-figure offers, you can close them through these conversations. I've done that plenty of times. Have somebody on and you're like, yeah, man. So yeah, you was talking about your business. We can put a whole infrastructure in there because it sounds like you're doing everything by yourself. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's set an appointment up. Let's talk about that. So having a high ticket offer in association with your podcast, or if you don't have a podcast, adding your podcast and then using this as a form of lead generation to bring on your ideal clients and then close them on the back end, you can make a lot of money that way. Yeah. And then the other thing I would say is actually setting the podcast up as a media business. So structuring it up with his own LLC, the proper business structure, getting access to business capital. I'm not sure if you do that, but every single concert, show, convention, comedy show, you can go in there for free because you're media. Y'all are media. You could do on the spot correspondence. So having my show, I've been able to speak. Well, I'm speaking at PodFest in January 2024. I got free credentials at InvestFest. I got free credentials. And I'm speaking at what's it called? Afros and Audio. All you got to do is submit. Like head convention, XYZ convention. Listen, we got a podcast in the area. We're gonna come through, provide some coverage, and interview your speakers. They're not gonna say no. It's free content for them.
Exactly.
Wow.
Was you in VIP InvestFest for free, or that was just regular?
I did regular because I actually wanted to be in the marketplace, but some people got VIP.
Oh,
yeah. It's just it also depends on like when you submit. When you submit, you might get or if your podcast or your media is more known, you're gonna get the higher level joint. Mm-hmm. But you can still get in there without having to pay. And then you take your show on the road.
I think we could have got in there. She connected with NG the mortgage.
You definitely would have got in. So, definitely.
I should have said something to him.
You should have.
Listen, all you gotta do is submit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do a weekly workshop every single week, teaching podcasters how to monetize using some of those strategies for like 90 minutes. And then I stay for Q&A, give them opportunities to take an opportunity if they want to. But you could leave that workshop with some game and like start monetizing. I do it every single Thursday.
Wow.
Man, I'm glad you flew out, man. What's your 5 top podcasts that you want to be on?
The 5 top that I want to be on? I think $1 Million Worth of Game, Ryan Pineda.
That's the dude, he colors his hair.
Yeah.
He got the edge up now.
Yeah, Ryan Pineda. Yeah. There's this dude, I forget his name, bro. He just interviewed, who was just on his podcast? He's overseas. Damn, I forget his name. I would definitely want to be in.
Who he interviewed?
I would definitely want to be in his show. He interviewed recently. Damn, I think he did Tate recently.
Andrew Tate.
He got an accent, light skin.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget his name, bro, but his podcast is going crazy. So those 3. Another person I really want to like to do is damn, now I'm forgetting the dude's name. He used to play football, but he's a big podcaster now. Lewis House, and then I would do Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the ones I feel like.
You ain't trying to hop on Earn Your Leisure or
Nah, I mean that's not a dream one. Yeah, it's not like a top 5. I would do it though.
What about Auto Smoke?
Yeah, I would do that. Honestly, I want to go on all of the sports podcasters and teach them because they don't have no idea how to make no bread. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I Am Athlete, I would do that. I would do Pivot 100%, Club Shay Shay. I would do JJ Redick's joint.
Yeah.
I would do Pat Bev show. I like that.
What about
I would do Case. Mace. Mace and Cam show.
Mace.
Yeah, I would do that.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. I want to hit all the shows, bro, because I feel like I got a lot of value I can share with them, but I can also get in front of their audiences to teach them how they can actually run a backup through podcasting. Yeah.
What podcast you think you'll take to the next level? Like they there, but you'll just they'll just explode.
Well, I think okay, so homeboy from play for the Clippers. Podcast P.
Oh, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, not Paul Pierce. Paul George.
Oh, Paul George.
So I feel like there's a lot of athlete podcasters that are not really up on how to really monetize the platform. They're just going for the brand deals. Yeah, I would do it. I like Draymond too. I would do that because a lot of them just go for brand deals and sponsorships because that's when you're a celebrity or you got some stature, that's an easier way to the bag. But a lot of things that we talked about, they're not utilizing that because they don't know or they're unaware. But it's a fast way for them to monetize their audience and continue to sell products, right? Even if you're an athlete in college or high school right now, and I would launch a podcast and a product. You'd be straight. Especially if you were in high school and like you like a jock athlete, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You popular and you got a show and you got a product, it's a wrap.
What would you do for Mikey? What would you do for Mikey right now?
For Mikey, right? I would definitely. Does he got a show?
No.
All right, so I would tell him to go on shows because that's a cheat code. I would go on shows. I would talk a little spicy. You know what I'm saying? And then I would have a community on the back end, or I would have a product where I could teach people how he got to his level, his skill set, because everyone has a knowledge base and a skill set that we're gonna overlook because it comes natural for us. But the next person's like, damn, yo, how are they able to do that? But if you break that down, like you were talking about the discipline earlier, so if you break that down, listen, I wake up at this time. I do 200 push-ups. I'm drinking my water. I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I don't even touch a basketball to 12 p.m. because before that, it's all conditioning. People would purchase that, right? Because they want the cheat codes. They want to be able to do it like Mikey or whomever. But I would tell him to have a product, have a community, be a professional guest, and then start streaming. Because streaming for the young kids is where it's at.
Okay.
Well, but outside of this, what else do you like to do?
I like to travel, bro.
I see you got like some tattoos, some music. Are you are you
this is all family stuff, bro. So
okay.
The music is I just really enjoyed music when I was younger. I couldn't play. I tried several instruments, but I just didn't have the discipline to keep it going.
Yeah.
So it just was a thing that I was into. But every tattoo on me has some type of connection to like my family.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Where have you traveled to? Or what's your favorite places to travel? You like outside the country, inside the country?
I'll tell you what though. I haven't really told anyone this, but this would be an interesting topic. It might be something that might be shareable. So I grew up without my dad. I didn't have his last name, right? I got my mom's last name, but my mom passed away, and then my grandmother passed away. But that last name comes from my grandfather. The last time I saw my grandfather, him and I were about to fight because I used to take care of his mom, but he moved to Denver. So he abandoned my mom, he abandoned me, and my grandmother, who he used to be married to, he just, whatever happened in that relationship, he just ghosted, right? So my great-grandmother, which is his mom, I was taking care of her.
Wow.
Right? So she passed away, and she left me a couple dollars. It wasn't that crazy. It's like $5K. Not crazy.
Yeah.
When he came for a funeral, he took the money.
Wow.
And he ain't been around in years.
How did he take the money?
He just, that he's her son. So he had, the access or whatever.
Oh, so he just took it from
He just came through and just snatched up, right? So when I found that out, I was kind of furious because I'm like, bro, you ain't been around. You abandoned me. You don't even check on my mom. She passed away. I'm her son. I'm your grandson. You ain't check on me. You started a whole new family. Didn't even connect the family. Like, what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we about to fight in the living room.
Yeah.
I mean, not the living room, in the hallway. And I'm saying all that because my last name is his last name. But then that led me to find out what's my origin, who am I, where am I from. So I found out I have some Nigerian blood, some Scottish blood, and some Irish blood. But my last name is like Scottish and Irish, like Boyd.
Yeah.
My first name is also Irish, right? My middle name is African, is Ashawn. But with me not having a family heritage, my family not really know where I'm from until I kind of like discovered it or pieced it together.
Yeah.
It made me feel like, and then I started learning about like trust and legacy and all that stuff and crests and creeds. It made me feel like I want to just get a whole new name. Because if you think about back in the day, people didn't disrespect the family name because it meant something. It has values, it had virtues, it had a creed, it had core values. You know what I'm saying? So like if you got married, your wife adopted what your family was about. Y'all had a crest, y'all had colors. It meant something. You ain't sending your kids, oh, you did something crazy. Like, yo, you're disgracing the family name. Like, it meant something. So I ain't got none of that. So I was like, you know what? They want to change my whole name. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to Scotland. I want to spend time in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? And then just redo my whole joint. Like, pay for it, get a whole new name, and build my family crest, creed, colors, values, all of that. So then when I have a family, we got something to like foundationally to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that was deep.
Yeah. Do you plan on getting married?
Yeah, I would get married. It has to make sense, but I would get married.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's interesting is like getting the government involved in your marriage. I think that's interesting.
So you don't want to go, you're not going to do it at the courthouse? I mean, you're not going to get it
like
at the courthouse?
I feel like I'm not fully knowledgeable about state law because getting married is very state to state.
That's true.
You can have a prenup in one state and it don't matter because it can still get penetrated if y'all get divorced. So I think like you have to know your state law. You have to be on the same page with your partner. We talked about that earlier, right?
Yeah.
And then like, okay, cool. This is what you got. Maybe beforehand, this is what I got. Maybe, you know, we're going to lock those up or whatever. What we build, if something does happen, this is what we're going to break down. Because when I be hearing these celebrities like Anthony Anderson getting divorced, he got to pay her $20K a month.
Crazy.
He getting 2 cribs.
Yeah.
And he got to pay her out a percentage of her revenue up to $2 million forever in perpetuity. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. To me. I don't know.
Every year, 20%. If he makes over like
$2 million.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Right?
It is.
And we have a lady on, I can't remember her name, but she's like, are you worried about getting married? And she was like, no, I have trust.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she had it all set up. She's like, I don't need a prenup. Yeah. And I was like, whoa.
That's the thing too.
So I was like, that makes sense.
That soccer player overseas, his mom.
Yeah, everything was mom's name.
Everything was his mom's name locked up. So she can only go after like, I think $1 million. I think he on the books, he made like $1 million or whatever. She was furious. But that's why I'm saying.
That's awesome.
That we right? But that's
still
why.
A lot of money, $1 million.
No, not if you have
not
$80 million.
Not what you know,
Not what he got.
I mean, you're not trying to devastate your partner. You
gotta protect yourself, man.
You're just trying to.
But look, some partners can be vindictive.
You know what? If I made $80 million and you get $1 million, I'm not crying that night.
But I feel like at that point.
Or if I made $10 million, you get $1 million.
You're trying to hurt this man. You're trying to take everything. You're trying to leave him devastated.
But the thing is, when you did get married, when you got married, you made a commitment.
For like 2 years.
Yeah, but
how do you get that much after? Like Jenny Ma's trying to get whatever. They only been married for 2 years. They got a child. She's gonna get. She's gonna get child
I will say that it's up to the court to have some kind of wisdom to be like, well, this person, because I mean, I think the courts are just like bogus now because the judges are giving these.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if we're getting married, you getting married.
Yeah,
we're involving the government and the state in our situation.
I totally
they don't know you. They don't know me. It's gonna be different. In the next couple of years, if something happens. Like,
so what's your ideal prenup?
You gotta get trusted up, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but I'm interested in knowing how.
Shout out to the fanpreneurs. So y'all can look up the fanpreneurs.
Yeah.
Dr. T, Marcus, and Alex. And so they do all of that.
Yeah.
And then also my guy DJ. He go by Trust Fund Baby, so he can get you tight. So I would recommend people look out for them. But yeah, it's important. The more we know, the more we can grow.
The more we know, the less you get.
I always say the more you know, the less you pay, right? Yeah, the more you know, and that's everything in life, everything.
So
because with the girl's gonna spend the bread on the next dude too.
Nah, that's true. I don't know about that. She
don't think if he living in your house,
you gotta
then you're spending money on him.
It depends.
It's gonna be in your crib that he made that your previous husband paid for that you get out of the settlement situation.
That's why OJ was so mad, man.
Bro.
Oh my goodness. You went back to OJ, man.
So we have 2 married men in here. Did you guys implement prenups?
No, I didn't.
I mean, but like I'll be honest about it. I talked about it, and I got married in the Catholic Church, and they don't allow it. So I was actually kind of mad about it because I kind of accumulated.
So you was trying to get a prenup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to. She didn't want to.
How long you been married for?
6 months, 8 months?
Oh, you just got married?
Yeah, I just got married at 45, man. Let's hope for all of us. So
so I'll be there. I got 2 years.
Yeah.
I had most of my houses before we got married, so I had like 6 of them. So, I mean,
I was thinking about that the whole time. I was just like, is there any way? And then she was like, we're getting married in the Catholic Church. You know you can't do it. I was like, I don't know about that. And then they were saying you couldn't do it.
You can do whatever you want.
I know. That's what I was saying, but I agree. So I didn't know about the whole.
Come on.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. That's why I like being on the show, because I get educated about things I don't know about.
If
like
something happened, they're gonna be like, what they gonna say when something happened? Like y'all, if you know, God forbid something happened, the same people that was saying you can't do this and that, they ain't gonna be coming to your aid when they gonna try and bust down 75% of your joint, and leave you having to work harder just to get back even.
No, I agree.
And that's why you're gonna need AI.
And I mean, all a prenup does is it just says, I'm gonna give you this. It's specific. I'm not gonna give you nothing.
It protects. It protects what you made before you got married.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and people put too many emotions on it.
Yeah,
but it's like every other part of your life, there's insurance. You got travel insurance, life insurance, car insurance, apartment insurance, rental insurance. Ain't nobody got no problems then.
She don't look like she's too.
I know, like, well, what you
I plan on marrying rich, so.
Are you going to get a prenup? You going to sign a prenup or no?
Yeah, I don't think you should answer that. Don't answer that. Because you might marry some dude that got buku money. See, this is what you said over here. And now you don't want to do a prenup.
I'm not married, but I'm in a relationship. We live together, everything. But if we were to get married.
So you are married?
Without a ring. I'm technically
y'all
married,
been together.
I guess, without the contract, I guess. But I wouldn't be 100% against it. But I wouldn't be like, okay, yeah, let's do it. I would think about it, but I don't think I'd be upset.
It's just insurance.
Who has more though? Is he doing better than you? Or y'all doing the same? I feel like if you got
do pretty well, we both do well. I have my own.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Then it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. I think for someone like
your assets,
you got assets.
How would you like him to reach in there? Like, let's say y'all got a divorce. Let's say y'all got married, got a divorce, and then he's able to reach into your business and get dividends and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to hurt you. Just to hurt you.
Yeah, because like Mary J. Blige is paying.
Oh man, Mary J. Blige went out bad. She's still mad.
So
I mean,
but that's what I
think
it's
even worse,
bro.
Yeah, it's worse. I think it hurts women even worse.
Man, Halle went out bad too, fool. Halle Berry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he get like half.
Oh, the white guy.
And he got custody, so she's giving him child support.
He got custody. How did he get custody?
She working all the time. He probably
oh my goodness, what's she doing working? I mean,
bro, see how sick it gets.
It goes both ways.
So you like,
it goes both ways.
It's cool when it happens to men, but when it happens to women like Mary J,
it's like way worse. Way worse. Yeah.
Those are calls. Those are wins, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was telling her and Jen at InvestFest, I was like, yeah, Halle just got it, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like that, man. But
City boys get the dub. That's a city boy dub. That's a city boy dub for
city
sure.
Boys up.
So, I mean, how much time we got, man?
No, I mean, just whenever.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, as far as like, do you have the gift of gab? Can you just talk to anybody? Like, if you were walking down the street, could you just talk to anybody?
Yeah.
I think that's so awesome.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it started back in the day. Me and my boys, we just talked to girls at the mall.
I was gonna say, that was my next question.
Yeah, we just had competitions, bro. So like, I'll be turning it up. I'll be like, yo, go talk to her, man. She's with her mom right now.
It's just, that's a challenge. That's a challenge.
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, she got both parents. See what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't doing it with the dad around.
Yeah. With the dad around.
So yeah, I used to do all those things. You know what I'm saying? Just back then it was just like I mean,
just a challenge.
Daughter, like, what's up? You know.
So you one of them guys get the number, not even call her.
I mean, now I'm kind of like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a skill. You know what they say? I'm probably not gonna say it the best way, but implementation is the lowest level of value, and then the highest level of value is creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then using your voice. So like, if you go do a real estate deal, it's gonna take a lot of time, research. It's gonna cost you, but you're gonna get it done. But it's gonna be slower, and you're gonna be compensated for that. But if you teach people how to do what you do, you can make 4x that in an hour, a day, a week, a month. So speaking is the highest level. So when you speak, you can make a big bag speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I do these workshops. Like, if I do a workshop and there's 30, 40 people in there, 100 people in there, and 10% of those people close, or let's say 5% of them close on, like, let's say the product's $1,000.
Yeah.
That's a decent, I mean, that's an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Does that give you a rush? Because I know, like,
I get into it a little bit. I enjoy it, man. Like, I really like speaking on stages.
Like, it is a power because you see so many people that don't have that power, that are so, like, timid. And, like, especially if you're a man, you want, like, you know, you see so many timid men these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it gives you, like, somebody might be, let's say somebody's better looking than you, but then they don't have a mouthpiece. Then you still have more power than them.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll see, I mean, a good looking guy that, you know,
charismatic.
No, that's not charismatic, versus a guy that's not as good looking and is charismatic. He's gonna win every time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, women won't go for the looks like men.
They'll go for half a second. They'll open the door, but they'll close the doors if the right words ain't coming out your mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've had it both ways. Back in the day, I was just like, I used to look good back in the day. No, but I remember I would sometimes just talk my way out of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then I figured out, I was like, why don't I just not say anything? And I would get farther. And then I see one of my boys, he wasn't as good looking, but then he learned how to he had a mouthpiece.
Talk that talk.
And he was dangerous.
Allen, man.
He was dangerous.
That's Allen. Allen, man, he'll come through.
Yeah.
Just worked out, sweating, still get the hottest girl in the club or the hottest girl in the party, like no problem.
I didn't even know that. I knew that, like, I couldn't get it until I started actually reading books about this stuff, and I was just like, damn, if you can stoke a woman's emotions.
That's why it's important, man, reading.
Yeah, because there's people that spend probably years figuring stuff out, and they put it in a book.
You could just grab it.
Exactly.
Yeah, or listen to it.
That's what I do, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Change the game. What'd you think about what we just said? That's what I'm saying. When your eyes look, it's like, did I say something wrong?
She processing a lot
I gave too much game away.
I just love listening
to how guys think.
Yes. Like, it's just, y'all are so different.
Man.
It's just very different.
What, than women?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Obviously, but it's just always intriguing.
Dudes are simple, yo. It's just like, is it this way or this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all are not.
If I had to divide, I think guys are so much logical.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they think things are supposed to work logically.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that women are like emotional beings. If you can tug at the emotion, which is almost most people. Like, you hear politicians, they talk in emotion. They don't say anything factual. It's all emotion. And then a lot of people are like, I'm voting for that person. You know what I'm saying? And I'm logical, so I want to hear logical things coming out of people's mouths. But I know that you have to trigger this emotion. You have to inspire people. You got to inspire people. Like, I'm inspired right now.
Thanks, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Y'all got any more questions?
This has been great.
Nah, man, we could talk all day, but that's not, we got stuff to do.
Okay.
Everybody
give your Instagram handle.
Ron B, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, all that.
At Miss Turner, MISSS.Turner.
It's Brendan Boyd. That's ITS Brendan BOYD.
Real Estate Guru PK on Instagram. Man, y'all have a nice day.
Yo, can I give him some?
Yeah.
Can I give him some?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What I want to give y'all. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all two things. I got a free podcast course, 100K podcast program.com. And if you want to come to the workshop, it's free. It's on Thursdays. It's podcast2profits.live. So podcast to profits.live.
It's all online?
All online.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had Miss Turner speak on one of your joints.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm with it.
Okay, definitely.
On Thursdays. No, Wednesdays.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, y'all got events out here? You ain't put no real estate?
I'm working on it. I want to do I want it to be like damn near like Invest First. I want to get like 50 Cent, Master P, like and probably like Eric Thomas, like
you should do it, bro.
And
you
like
should do
everybody that's been a guest, like 3-day event, and just like from the morning to at night. I think it'll be live.
No, you should definitely do that.
Yeah, I plan on doing it like real soon.
And guess what? If they in the community, they can buy the tickets early.
Yeah. We gonna set it up. We gonna set it up.
Nah, man, I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate
Thanks
you,
for
man.
having me on, bro. Appreciate it.